get everyone in.
Hey.
Congratulations, very well done.
Thanks.
First in your group.
Thank you.
We
Well
are
done,
joined
guys.
by Yami Pirate, Fred and Bishop. And we've just seen you play and beat Defenders of Faith. And you're feeling pretty good? Good game? Went well?
Yeah, I think so,
Yep.
especially Valorant. Filled the river not so much, but we managed.
9-5 the final score. That's when we ended the stream at least. Is that what you expected before the game? Do you think perhaps people outside of the game were expecting you to be a bit more dominant than you actually were?
Perhaps, yeah. I think we did okay, even though we had some flaws.
I know, they're a pretty strong team anyway, so anything can happen.
You think Defenders of Faith are playing really well right now?
They are. They really are. I mean, they show they are. So.
Well, fair play.
Do you think
I
that?
yeah.
Do you think that your infantry was enough to match theirs? Because from what I saw, I think your cavalry and your archers won the match for you.
Thanks.
So, like, how do you feel that your infantry fared up? You know, like, did you play to win it, like with your cavalry and your ranged, or?
I think we did a lot better in the close mob than the open mob, so I don't really think the infantry was that bad.
Well, it's not a dig at the infantry, don't get me wrong, but I think your archers were amazing in the first map. Like, that's what all I'm getting at. I think they did some really good play. Like, the positioning was like brilliant, and while your infantry was great as well, don't get me wrong, it's not saying that your infantry played bad. I just think that your cavalry and your archers were amazing, and they were really strong when you needed them to be.
I think
we have a great team, actually. So you can expect from those guys, from our archers, to be like that always, as like top players. So not surprising. I'm playing like that.
Great and fantastic as the Castellans are, and I will always sing their praises. You did get quite a few team kills on the first map. I noticed, Yami, you certainly pulled off a team kill, which seemed like it was a result of bloodlust, or perhaps an attempt to pick up a quadruple kill.
Nah, it's just like Caesar got that kill like a second before and I couldn't cancel.
Fair enough. But there was quite a lot of team kills overall on the first map, especially from your team. And I think this is something we saw from you last week as well. Is this a consistent problem for the Castellans? What's going on there?
I mean, everybody gets team kills. They've got team kills as well.
So that's it. It's just an excuse. There's nothing like inherent about the way you're playing. You're taking more risks.
I don't know. I guess we never really thought about it so much.
Fair enough. It didn't cost you the game in the end anyway. You had come through with the win. There were a couple of rounds we noticed where Defenders of Faith went ahead in players, and you were able to pull back. Is that something that you feel like is just based on your individual skill? Do you practice those sort of small situations? Tell us a bit about how you can pull off those clutch rounds so impressively, especially the one where OGL, Yona and Artisan took down like 5 players by themselves.
Well, I mean, I don't think we really practiced it particularly, but I think skill-wise our players are probably a bit better, so... even though Delph are quite a good team and they have good teamwork, I think maybe like a few rounds like that kinda happen then.
You think it's like you have more like high-level competitive experience? Is it just like sweating out rounds on IG? What's the difference?
Probably both.
You play a lot?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts on the match itself?
I'd like to congratulate Defenders of Faith. They had a really good game, and you can see that they're actually interested in organizing their matches, unlike some other teams.
I don't know what that means, but that seems like you're trying to dig at someone.
Middle of it.
Not really.
Bit of competitiveness.
Yes, I mean you can see that they're interested to give their best, and they're preparing every match properly.
Yeah, they seem like really diligent about stuff.
Oh, well, definitely, this is the best Defenders of Faith side we've ever seen, I think. Like, they're playing way better than we've seen them in any other tournament before. So certainly want to take our hats off to them, and you can read the interview with Ermanas, which gives a little bit of detail about that as well. even if their archers perhaps weren't quite up to snuff today. Talking a bit more about the tournament in general anyway, I'm going to bring up the bracket properly as well. This puts you first in the group. How important was that for your team to get that first place and win this match?
Pretty important, I think.
Yeah, I think that way we don't have to fight one of the top 3 teams in the quarterfinals, so it should be easier to get in the semifinals.
Yeah, I think that means you don't have to place A in the quarterfinals now, which is, yeah, a pretty big boost, I think, for you guys. It might not have been A, it might have been a different team, I'm not sure. But either way, that will put you against a second place from a different group.
Yeah.
You know, that is a big difference. What about the tournament as a whole? I mean, OJ, I think, mentioned the last time we interviewed him, and you kind of mentioned there, like, about the big 3 teams. Do you still see yourselves as behind those, or do you think you're catching up to them? Do you think you have a chance against them?
Well, maybe we have a chance against them, but I don't know. If we got a good day and they got a so-so one, you know. No, really, we're losing against them at the moment. So
yeah.
Training's
not going too well against them at the moment. I guess it's just you got to work though. There's still time.
Yeah.
You got like 2 weeks to practice now as well.
Well, that's it. You've done the business now. Like, you finished top of the group, and you give yourselves that breathing space where you can have a look at your the teams that you see as your big opposition. And you've got a bit of breathing space, and you can take your time and go at it. And you stand a good chance to win.
You'll be playing the runners-up from Group B, which essentially means you're going to be facing off against. Well, it could be.
Yeah, it's not decided yet.
Yeah, it's going to be the second place in the group with We Don't You, and they've also got Legend, Heroes, or FF. Who do you expect to come out of that group in second place?
I think probably Legend or Heroes.
Yeah, Legend.
Yeah.
They seem kind of close.
Probably Legend.
I think.
Yeah.
It was kind of surprising when Legend dominated FF though, right?
Not really.
Not so much, no.
I mean, Legend are playing together for a long time already.
Yeah.
So
And they have some really
they've
good
been there.
players still.
No.
In the situation that you would play against Legend, which I guess is looking pretty likely right now, how do you rate your chances?
I'm pretty sure we should win that, but anything can happen.
Paolo, 1 goal.
A few team kills here or there.
Yeah. It could all go wrong. Is there any other comments you have about like the tournament as a whole?
Yeah, it's a really nice format of the tournament.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's quite hype to just have like a tournament for once instead of like a league.
Yeah.
It's nice to mix it up.
And they're setting up the Challenge League as well now, so even teams that didn't quite make the cut, they still got something to do, which I think is a good thing.
Yeah, we actually got our own team in Castellan participating in that.
Castellan's with a K.
Well.
Yeah, that's one.
It's awesome. Best of luck to them. I'm sure you'll be supporting them in whatever way you can without playing. Bell and Dor going to be leading them to challenge victory.
Of course.
Okay, sweet. Callum, any more questions?
No? Well done, guys.
Thanks.
Yeah, I think we covered it pretty well. I do want to give now, as I always do, a chance for my interviewees to do some shout-outs. So, if Yami, do you want to go first?
I should go first. I think.
Okay, Fred, do you want to go first then?
Alright, I'd like to give a shout out to our clan for doing an amazing job in those 2 matches so far.
Awesome, very well done. And Bishop?
Yeah, I have no idea. No.
Okay, Yami, you ready yet?
Well, I guess I want to give a shout out to everybody in the team as well. We kind of did well today, so great.
Alright, I'm glad we waited for that. That's really good. I think we're going to wrap up the interview there, so thanks very much for coming to speak to us. Best of luck in the now quarterfinals. You're the first team through the group stage. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Good night.
Bye.
Okay, just kicking them out of the channel. And I think we're going to wrap up the stream now as well. Thanks to everyone for watching. I want to say thank you to our sponsors as well. Mark Mods, Game Servers, and Team Razor. Definitely go check out them. And their products, their servers, their gaming hardware that Razer offer. Also check out some of the streams later on in the tournament as well, because we will be doing some giveaways from Razer and stuff as well, so that'll be very exciting. Make sure you stay tuned for that, because the information for that will be coming right from the streams probably. So make sure you're here watching. Good numbers on the streams, good to see everyone here watching in chat and being active as well. And to everyone who's tweeting in. I think Chan's been tweeting in as well, saying, come on Doff, you guys got this. That was it's a bit outdated me reading that, because they don't, they lost.
Relevant tweets.
But he did tweet afterwards saying, hard-fought game, nice try to Doff, and congratulations to Castellan, so tweeting in support of his buddies there. I do need to wrap up the stream now though. I want to say, once again, thanks everyone for watching. I do want to mention also all the tournament admins, Varsung and Deacon holding that down right now, as well as Scar and Aaron. Sorry, Aaron is an admin. Scar is a consultant like me. So confusing, all these different titles for everyone. They're doing a great job, and also to Aaron and LaRue for doing the chat moderation as well. It's the best chat on Twitch by far. Well moderated and polite. So I'm very grateful for that. I think we're going to wrap it up there anyway. That's been pretty much everything. I guess just good night. Say good night as well, Callum. Come on.
Alright, bye.